So let's get into a new messy season. Guys, I'm excited about this season because I was nervous, right? I was just like, we have all fallen in love, essentially, with the characters from last season. The Brittany, the Marcelinos, the Megan, Michael, and Sarahs, the Scott and Lizzies. They were, a good cast, you know what I mean? So I was very nervous about how this cast would do. Baby, within the first 5 minutes, I was just like, I don't know who's overcasting on this show, but they do a damn good job because, baby, I am hooked again. Let's get into it. Reason number one why this is going to be a good season, CHERYL. CHERYL is the first person that we meet. She's obsessed with serial killers. Her bae is a bank robber, and she thinks he's going to make a good stepfather to her kids. So we already know that she makes terrible decisions. Good freaking casting. Her parents, I was just like, we got to talk about this. Something here is going on. If it's not meth, it can't be the foods. It can't be the foods. It looked like the whole family is on meth. Can we talk about Josh and his mugshot? He looks so clean cut. I was looking at his picture and I'm just like, dude, why are you robbing banks when you could be a bank manager? He has the look. I'm telling you, parents can make or break a kid because I bet you if that dude had some good parenting in his life, he'd own a bank. You know what I mean? Like just by his look alone. I mean, America was made for him to win or people who look like him, right? So I'm just like, dude, why are you over here wasting your talents? It's going to be something deep going on with that dude. Probably meth. Meth is just ravaging this cast. CHERYL sent $30,000 to Josh so far. And you know what, guys? I gotta be real. From the looks of CHERYL's family, and CHERYL's car, I was just like, CHERYL, did you send Josh $30,000 or did we, the taxpayer, send Josh $30,000? Because where you get $30,000 from, sis? Unless some of that was wick. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. CHERYL's sister is a correctional officer? We're at a kindergarten prison. She looks 12. I was looking at her and I was like, I can't believe that this woman that looks like Kid's sister is a correctional officer. Who's listening to her? Infants. That's who's listening to her. You know what, CHERYL? You need to tell your little sister to quit this correctional officer job and go work at a Hot Topic. She has the look and she seems like she would soar there. I could see her becoming a shift manager in about a month or so. She has the look. So I had to go on and get my little calculator because CHERYL says that she makes $1,200 a week. So that is why she can afford to send Josh so much money. Got my little trusty calculator. Shout out to the Dollar Tree. We gonna get into this. So, homegirl says she make $1,200 a week. Let's get into it. Oh, damn it. Do I need batteries? Dollar Tree. Oh, no, I don't. It's working. 12 times that by 4 equals $4,800. What? This is the United States of America, so we're going to take out taxes. Let's take this down to, we're just going to give her a cool $4,000, right? Now, CHERYL has 3 children, right? I alone spend about $300 a month on groceries. That's just for me. You know what I mean? So I'm one person and I'm thinking, well, if CHERYL has kids, let's say that she's a coupon queen. She gotta drop a good $600 on her kids. Let's take out $600 and minus $600. We are now at 34, right? Daycare for 3 children, homegirl has to be dropping close to $1,500 a month. So let's take out $1,500. And that is me being nice, okay? That takes us down to $1,900, right? Then you gotta think about gas. 3 kids and CHERYL, that is about $400. Let's take that out. We are now at $1,500. And now we got to think about rent. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that CHERYL isn't a homeowner, right? So let's take out the rent. If she's telling the truth and saying that she's making $1,200 a month, there's no way that she's on public assistance. She makes too much. Don't tell me how I know. It is what it is. CHERYL is living in a house, but she's living in a house in the middle of America. So I'm just going to take out $800. You know what? $750. Let's take out $750. That leaves us with $750. I have not even done the utilities yet. Then just a little extra money that comes in with something might happen to the car. If Cheryl want to get her cigarettes, if Cheryl want to go and get some drinks, if Cheryl want to get another piercing, if Cheryl want to take care of that hair, kids are going to need school supplies. Then there's toilet paper and, towels and clothing. There is no way, Cheryl, that you are sending $30,000 to this dude with your own money. We are paying for Josh. Thanks, Cheryl. Because our tax dollars might not be paying your rent, but I know we paying for everything else. If you're left with $750 after you'd have told this lie that you make $1,200 a week and we done calculated it up, Cheryl, there's no way. You should have came with a bigger number. You threw out $1,200 because you thought that sounded like a lot of money. It's not. It doesn't make sense. Cheryl is probably on public assistance. No shade, but she's probably getting maybe a check for one of them kids, probably getting some money for taking care of her parents. And Cheryl is skimming off them government checks and sending it to Josh. God just let anybody be a parent, don't he? Don't he? Vincent and Amber. You know what? I'm going to be honest because I always am. Vincent scares me. He does. When we cut to his confessional and he was just talking to the camera with them dead eyes, I was just like, ooh, I'm afraid for Amber. I'm Mexican and Italian. Hey, 911. You know what? Vincent gives me tanned Clint, don't he? Because I was watching his scenes and I was just like, this guy looks so familiar. Like, what is it about him? And then it hit me. He's Clint. What a tan. And he's a military man. And he won't tell us what part or what was his job in the military. And I was just like, you know what? From looking at him, I'm going to go with sniper. He gives me sniper. Amber, sis, listen. If you fit in a scammer dude, this ain't the one. This ain't the one. I wouldn't want to cross this dude ever in my life. Stay woke, sis. Stay woke. You know what? I just thought about it. If Amber crosses Vincent, I'm afraid for Amber, his mama, Amber's mama, all of Atlanta. Everybody's getting taken down. He seemed like the type. He seemed like the type. So Amber, she has a best friend in prison named Puppy, who she calls her prison wife. Vincent thinks that the fact that Amber has a best friend named Puppy that she calls her prison wife is a very cute thing. It's just a very cute term to call somebody your prison wife. But I don't think that Vincent knows that it's just a cute way of saying we're lesbians. Lesbians, guys. Did you see that? I was just like, oh, so Amber done got this psycho straight dude that she's scamming until her prison wife is able to take care of her. I was just, this is going to be such a great season. So now we get to see Vincent and Amber finally meet. And so Amber gets off the bus and she walks over to see Vincent, and Vincent gets out the car as excitedly as he can be. He has the excitement of a zombie. Like he's just, I don't know what they train him in the military, but he is just like, there's something is not Clint. It's Clint. Anyway, they finally meet and there is zero chemistry. Probably because Amber is a lesbian. Andrea and LAMONDRE. Andrea is a fashion queen who is in love with a drug kingpin named LAMONDRE. Can I just tell you something? From the minute that I heard these names, I knew that this was going to be a fantastic storyline, and they did not disappoint. What is up with Andrea? She doesn't give me drug kingpin wife. She doesn't give that to me. She gives me, oh, you know what? I was just about to say that she gives me somebody different because I was thinking of somebody that I know that Andrea is like, but I just realized her husband is a drug kingpin. Like, she reminds me of this person. She reminds me of, a black entrepreneur who owns a nail salon in Philadelphia. And then I was thinking about how she got that money. And I was like, oh, okay. So Andrea does give me drug kingpin wife. She is definitely a drug kingpin wife. From the blonde wig to the baby hairs to these lashes to the Instagram boutique to the Fashion Nova fashions. Drug kingpin wife. I think maybe it's just because her family doesn't give me drug kingpin family. From her sister's reaction, I just thought that maybe this is like something new for her, or maybe she's just trying to get attention, but it seems like this is who she is. What if the family, what if the sisters are like trying to put on some kind of facade for the cameras to try to cause some conflict? What if they're all okay with it? Because I do know, listen, come from the Philadelphia inner city, I do know people who are, who have drug kingpins in their family, and they're okay with getting this blood money. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to know if you kill somebody for me to get this new Gucci bag. Just keep on going and mind your business. I don't want to deal with the guilt, but I want the results. So maybe that's what's happening here. Because when I was watching it, I was just like, how did you fall for this guy? And then I'm thinking about it. Are they putting on a show for us? Are they cool with this guy? Because guys, LAMONDRE, his interviews, he likes selling crack. He's concerned about getting out because he doesn't know what he's going to do, because he enjoyed that time being a drug kingpin. And the fact that he has a mouthful of gold teeth. When a man willingly wants a mouth where he has to gargle with jewelry cleaner, he's a nut job. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is about that life. With some people who flex and floss and you're just like, oh my goodness, you just want the look of a drug dealer. You're not really a drug dealer. LAMONDRE is not a drug dealer. He's a drug kingpin, and I believe him. I believe him. His confessionals gave me chills. Homeboy had no regrets. I know he got bodies all over wherever they're from. I know he do. Just by looking at him, I was just like, this dude is not playing around. And I instantly got scared for Andrea's children. I'm like, why would you bring this man around your kids? He's obviously a cold-blooded killer. Obviously, girl. Is this the type of dude that you feel like you can talk back to? Because he looks like if you talk back to him, he's putting you in the ground. Dead, honey. Dead as a doorknob. This storyline, it's going to be juicy, right? It's also a little scary. Everybody else from what I've watched with Love After Lockup, everybody else is doing like petty crimes, carjacking. Not petty, but it's just like, carjack. The fact that I thought that was a petty crime. Child, Philadelphia did a number on me. Well, carjacking, or just people who are on meth, who are like stealing stuff so they can get the drug. This dude, this is a hardened criminal, and he's getting out. Because he probably still got that drug kingpin money and was able to get a good lawyer. That's why Andrea is able to do all the things that she does. Because I'm just like, she hasn't talked about any kind of job. And she's telling us that her job is selling those knockoff glasses. If you selling them knockoff glasses, they running you a good $10. There ain't that many glasses in the world for you to live the way you living, honey. Oh, this is what it is. This is what it is. She's holding him down. She's holding on to this dude's money while he's in prison. Ooh, this, Andrea, I don't know if this was smart for you to put this on TV, because this is the real deal. You and LAMONDRE might be going back to prison after this season is over. Child, stay woke and stay alive, because that dude is a killer. Andrea is 37. In human years? Wait a minute. In black years? Girl. What LAMONDRE putting you through? Because we age 20 years slower than everybody else. So how in the hell you look like this at 37? You got to stop dating them drug kingpins, sis. They are taking a toll on your looks. LAMONDRE thinks that him and Andrea could be bigger than Jay-Z and Beyonce. You see, this is what happens to your mind when you gargle with jewelry cleaner. Delusional. LAMONDRE, if you're watching, this is all jokes. I like my life. This man said that he would wake up and his hands were eaten up because he had processed so much cocaine. He said people were addicted to cocaine, but he was addicted to selling it. And Andrea thought that he would be a good stepfather to her kids, her black sons. Didn't I say he just letting anybody become a parent? Lord, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I mean, can we start, censoring some births? Because some of these women are bringing kids into the world and they have no sense. All of the women on this show, all of the parents on this show, and all of the parents on 90 Day Fiancé, how can you be this dense and you have a life that you have to rear up? 3 lives Andrea is responsible for. And she's bringing a drug kingpin into her home to help raise these kids. What? Team Katrina. I am Katrina. If any of my sisters would have dropped some stupidity on me like this, I would have called my mama. I would have called my mama while she was telling me. I would have been like, Mama, you got to get over here. Lauren is doing something dumb again. And I would have been in court the next day filing for custody of all of my nieces and nephews. You're not going to raise them kids with that demon. This man said that cocaine was eating up his hands. You know how much freaking cocaine you got to process for your hands to get ate up like that? The real deal. Andrea, get out of that. Remember when I said the guy was just letting anybody be a parent? Lacey is crazy. Okay, well, I was watching the trailer with Lacey and how she was doing these men, and I instantly became concerned for the prisoners. This woman is out living free, and I was just like, I want these men to get away from her and them kids. What is going on with the mothers? Ladies, we gotta do better. This is so sad. So Lacey has a thing for felons. She loves a man that stays getting locked up. First of all, every man that is with her ends up getting locked up. So I'm like, Lacey, either you're a bad luck charm or a snitch, because why are these dudes always getting arrested around you? And can we talk about John? Another mugshot that scared me. These ladies this season are not only going for hardened criminals, they're also going for men who look absolutely terrifying. Because John's mugshot, I was just like, I would never want to encounter this guy any day in my life. Any day in my life, especially because he looks like a character in Grand Theft Auto. Don't he? So Lacey is 29. Okay. And she also works as a cam model. And let me tell you something. She makes a pretty penny because those lip injections, that butt, those hips that she got, those titties, that nose, none of that stuff is cheap. None of that stuff comes cheap. And she was able to provide that and do that for herself while also keeping a roof over her head, taking care of her kids. And she seemed like she's taking care of her father. So she makes a nice little coin throwing it back in her bedroom by her damn self. And of course, she's letting John parole to her home that she shares with her children. And she says she thinks that he's going to be a great stepfather to her kids, fresh out of prison. I'm not saying that if you have committed a crime or been accused of a crime or done hard time, that you're not a good person and you can be a good parent. I'm not saying any of that. I just feel like the people on this show are extremely reckless, which is why they're good TV. They don't make the best decisions. They're reckless with their heart and they're reckless with the lives of their children. Lacey spends her time after she's done doing her cam girl stuff on the computer looking for prisoners to have sex with. Can we just be real? This is what she's doing, because then we find out that she got another dude from prison that she's playing. She's dating 2 men in prison. Something is not right with this woman. She is dating 2 men who are not free. She is dating 2 men who have committed crimes or been accused of committing crimes and are doing hard time because of it. And she stays on these sites trying to find a man, like I said before, trying to have sex with. Because can we be real? She's never talked about anything that these men have done for her besides the fact that they do something to her sexually. You know what I just realized? Felon penis is toxic. Absolutely toxic. These women get a taste of it and they lose their minds. Felon coochie as well. What are they putting in the food in prison? They have to be doing something, pumping them full of something, because these people get out of prison and they have sex with free citizens. They turn them citizens out. I don't ever want no felon penis. Ever. You know what? It's confirmed for me. Something is definitely wrong with Lacey's mind, because she starts talking about Shane, the other felon that she's having an affair with who was in prison, and she starts describing him. Before she describes this dude, we don't see him. Then she starts talking about his body and how great his body is, and we see Shane. I'm not saying that a body type like that is not attractive. I'm just saying the way she was talking, I expected a different body type. I expected a different look. Shane gave me homeless alcoholic who camps out by the freeway. I was just like, Lacey, what the hell is wrong with your mind? And our poor father, he knows that something is not right with his daughter. And I thank the Lord that he keeps on coming around to help her take care of her kids, because this is, where are the fathers. I keep on asking this in every show. In 90 Day Fiancé, in this show, both seasons, where are the fathers? Why are y'all letting your kids be with these reckless women who are just making terrible decisions with your child? If I was a dude, my baby mama couldn't tell me that some dude she met in prison, she's paroling to the house that she shares with our children. I'm in court that day filing for sole custody because something is wrong with her. What? Ooh. Whew, Lord, sperm should be illegal. It should be illegal. You should not be able to release in someone unless we know that you are going to make the best decisions for that child. Angela and Tony, finally we get to see this couple. They were supposed to be on last season. I think that maybe they got cut because all the other stories were so juicy, and Tony still is not out of prison yet. So we don't know what's going on with Tony. We'll probably find out this season, but for some reason, his prison stay was extended. So I don't know if he got in a fight. I don't know if he was caught with some drugs. I don't know. We'll find out later in the season. But this is the reason why I think we didn't see Angela and Tony, because there really is no storyline if Angela is spending her whole time just talking to Tony on the phone. There's not really any interaction. So that's probably why she was pushed to this season, because they believe that Tony is getting out. Wait, was he out in the trailer? I think he was, right? Weren't they talking about having sex? Oh, and that woman said that she was in her 40s. What the hell is going on? It's meth. It is meth. Meth is taking this whole cast down. You know what? Sometimes you got to thank the Lord that you don't look like what you've been through. Anyway, that's it for me. I enjoyed this episode. I think I'm really going to enjoy this season. WeTV is doing a damn thing with this show. Love After Lockup is a really great show. I think what's so good about it is that a lot of it is so real. Like, I feel like 95% of this show was real and the rest is manipulated by producers. But a large majority of the show is the real deal. These people are not playing. This is their lives, good, bad, or indifferent. It is what it is, and I will be here to review it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you this Friday for the following episode of Love After Lockup. Love you guys. Bye.